Good evening. My name is Ken Steinbach. I've had the journey for the last 22 plus years of dealing with cancer, one form or another. The good news is I'm still here to talk about it. The bad news is I have a new challenge today. I've been re-diagnosed with a different form of cancer, and I'm dealing with it. I'm under chemotherapy right now. The doctors that treated me for the first 22 years were absolutely wonderful. Siteman was terrific to me. I trust Siteman, and it's been my place of choice to get my therapies and get my cures. One of the great things about friends and family, business colleagues, is that when you do get hit with something like this, if they're really good friends, they're really there for you. And I've been very fortunate to have a great network of friends and family there to help me through this whole process. And I'm not sure I could do it without them.
My story started December 15th, 2015. I was leaving hockey and my head's feeling kind of foggy. Like, I'm a pretty clear thinker, but I couldn't get the thoughts out. So I'm on 270. I'm feeling a little nauseous, so I pull over on Manchester Road, go to a McDonald's and drink as much water as I can. That didn't clear up, so I end up getting to Missouri Baptist. At the end of the day, they find the brain tumor. Dr. Polinsky shows us the tumor and says, "Hey, I can remove this." And I said, "Well, what do we have to do?" And he goes, "Well, I can remove it, but there's someone way better than me for what you have. He's world-class, he's at Siteman, and it's Dr. Chicoine." Again, I heard of Siteman, but we had no idea. We just took healthcare in St. Louis for granted. We come back, it was a 7-hour surgery. They had an MRI in the room. And Dr. Chicoine told us that he got everything he could see, but the radiologist that was in the room working the MRI said there's still a piece in there. And Dr. Chicoine said, "I'm gonna get the whole thing." So we actually went back in to remove 100%. My friends and family were rock stars throughout this whole thing. My wife is a rock star. My kids are rock stars. They continue to monitor me, and I feel very confident that I'm going to go another 40 years, and this will never, ever come back. So that's my story.
Siteman was just tremendous for us. They really went the extra mile. My sister was only 38 years old when she got this devastating news, and they were able to help us, even though it was a very short time that she was able to get treatment for 30 days. But the staff, the nurses, the doctors, it was just a really special, warm place that made our journey, even though it's never the way that you want things to happen, it made it somewhat more bearable.
We were dealing with this in the midst of COVID, and Lindsay's dad, my father-in-law at the time, was 91 and never got the opportunity to go into the hospital. One of the things that struck me is how willing the doctors and people at Siteman were to get on the phone with my father-in-law multiple times a day, if need be, to talk to him, to try to reassure him.
I just wanted to say a couple words to my dad, Ray Margulis, who, as Rob said, was 90 years old and had to face probably the most devastating news that a parent could ever receive, as well as my brother, Matt, who helped every single day in every way give my sister the best quality of life, and my dad at the same time.
My aunt was like a second mom to me, so it was really important for us to make sure that she got the right treatment. And Siteman was really special because even though we didn't have that much time with her, they helped us get through it and still have as much time as we could. So I think that's why Siteman is a great place to be.
I'm from St. Louis. I grew up in St. Louis and I live in St. Louis. My doctor is Dr. Hassan Park, and I was diagnosed in November with esophageal cancer. I can't express, quite frankly, how I have been overwhelmed by the competency of the entire staff, both at Barnes downtown and at the St. Peter's Siteman Center. My local support and prayers from our countless friends and neighbors has been incredible. It's just been overwhelming. My daughter and wife have been the final layer of love and support. My daughter Jenny is an elementary reading specialist in the Pattonville School District. And we are so blessed. After years of trying to have a child, she was rewarded with the knowledge that she and her every father's dream son-in-law, Steve, are going to have a baby this July. I learned this about the same time that I learned my cancer diagnosis. To me, it was a blessing at that time to learn that. In summation, I'm convinced that my belief in the immediate and initial support that the Barnes, ORSU, St. Peter's staff has instilled in my confidence in the integrity of their recommended treatments and the resulting execution of those treatments has left me relay that confidence belief to my family and friends. It made them believers too, that I'm receiving the best possible care in a fight I'm determined to win.
Before I was re-diagnosed, I was asked to co-chair the Illumination Gala in June with my daughter, Susan, who's on the board of the hospital foundation. It would be the first time that a father and daughter ever chaired the Illumination. And I was so thrilled to be asked, and so was Susie, we couldn't say no. We have a big goal. We'd like to raise that amount of money, and we'd even like to raise a lot more. So we ask you to pick up your paddle and raise it for Siteman. It's the greatest asset, in my opinion, St. Louis has. I'm just happy to be a participant and be able to get my care at a great place like Siteman. Thank you all very much.